Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here with episode 7 of my Agrarian Skies Hardcore Quest Let's Play. This game pack is available on the Feed the Beast launcher and was created by Jadedcat. Today, I want to get power going, and to do that, I want to skip right over all of the other thermal expansions power steps, go straight for the Redstone Energy Cell and Redstone Energy Conduits. To make the energy conduits, I'm going to need to put an empty energy conduit and 200 millibuckets of this destabilized redstone into a fluid transposer, give it a little bit of power. Destabilized redstone is made in a magma crucible, so I'll need to create that machine. I'm going to need to create the fluid transposer, and the redstone energy conduits are created with electromagnets and hardened glass. Hardened glass is made out of lead and obsidian in an induction smelter. So that's 3 machines I need to make. I need to create a decent supply chain of lava so that I can create a lot of obsidian. Need to pulverize up a bunch of stuff so I can throw it through the induction smelter. And all of that is going to start with rubber. What? Mine Factory Reloaded stuff? Yes, I want the redneck cables for what I'm doing. So I'm going to bone meal this rubber tree sapling until it grows. Okay, so that original location was a little too cluttered for the rubber tree to grow. I'm over here now and moved from that spot over to this spot, and the tree grew just fine. So now I'm going to crook down the leaves, hope for more saplings. Alright, getting a good supply of saplings. I thought I saw 2. Oh, probably fell in here. It did fall in there. And when I break down the rubber wood, I get this raw rubber. I can use raw rubber to create torches, to create sticky pistons, and to smelt into rubber bars. Those rubber bars can then be smelted further into raw plastic. For raw plastic, in this pattern makes plastic sheets, and then it takes 6 plastic sheets and 3 redstone. Trying to make redneck cable here. There we go. 6 plastic sheets and 3 redstones makes 8 redneck cable. And I'm going to need probably 2 crafts of that, so a total of 16 cable, so that I can line everything up and not have to have so many levers all over the place. So I'm going to farm a little bit of rubber tree, get some plastic cooked up, make those redneck cables, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. Cut down a couple of rubber trees, got a handful of saplings, some rubber wood, and 13 raw rubber. Turned 12 of it into rubber bars, and then those 12 got resmelted into raw plastic, which will make me 12 plastic sheets. And those 12 plastic sheets, with redstone and that recipe right there, will make me 16 redneck cable. Now I'm going to use this redneck cable to distribute redstone signal to fluid ducts. So they're going to be their primary purpose. I want to create, and I've set up a little area over here for it, a basic lava farm. So I'm going to fill in these areas with lava. Alright, I'm going to lay down a line of fluid ducts here. I'm going to set a crucibles up on either side of the fluid ducts. And I'm going to set all of those connections to output with the wrench. Then I'm going to lay my line of redneck cable over the top. You can see how it creates a connection between itself and the fluid duct. Right here is going to be a lever. And the reason I want it right there is so that it can also power this item duct. Ducts. I don't know why I have trouble with that word. Are going to go on top of each one of these crucibles. This only mostly works. I actually need to break this and that. Duct there. Cable here. Duct there. There we go. And now, I can lead the fluid duct right out to here and have a nice little spot where I can set my tank on top and have lava flow in. All I need to do, put a bunch of cobblestone in this chest here, and flick the switch. And one of these two first crucibles should start filling with cobblestone almost immediately. You can see the cobblestone slowly being withdrawn from the chest. It's already starting to fill up, and lava's already starting to hit the portable tank. First things first, I'm going to get this igneous extruder set up over here, which means I need water. I can steal that instead of walking all the way back. Should really make a second bucket, but it's not absolutely required, so I've been avoiding it. Alright, aqueous accumulator there, igneous extruder here, set you to accept water from the bottom and lava from the side. Hey folks, Purple Mentat from the future with a brief interruption. I want to apologize for all of the rough jump cuts in this lava production portion of the episode. There were some math fails on my part. I thought that these crucibles could each produce about 20 millibuckets of lava every second. Turns out they can only produce 4 or 5 millibuckets of lava per second. Original math said that these 16 would be more than enough to keep the igneous extruder running at full speed. The igneous extruder takes 6 seconds to create a piece of obsidian and uses 1,000 millibuckets of lava, or 1 full bucket, which means about 167 millibuckets per second. With the 16 of them here producing only 4 or 5 millibuckets per second, that's 64 or 80 millibuckets per second total. So I'm running at best at 38 or about 50% speed. Now, that's not so much of a problem because I've got the time to let it run and it'll just keep working as long as I'm loaded into the world. In fact, I've got an entire stack of obsidian in here waiting for me from as I completed the rest of the episode just letting this thing run. So, once again, sorry for the confusion and the little bit of wonkiness with the edits, and I'll now return you to your regularly scheduled Let's Play. So, that's set up. Now I can start on the netherrack production. To make netherrack, I need a new type of barrel from Ex Nihilo, one made out of stone. And this is made with smooth stone and stone slabs, which are also made out of smooth stone. Luckily, I've been cooking up an awful lot of smooth stone to make this lovely gravel road from Extra Utilities. Completely cosmetic item, but I decided that trying to wallpaper the entire area in hardened green and brown stained clay was just going to end up eating up more time than I was willing to invest in it right this instant. So, and also having a little path leading between the various areas would be good. Oh, speaking of green stained clay, I also set up a cactus farm over here, which is already got starting to bear fruit. Let's put the rest of these down, and that'll speed things up even further. So, to make my stone barrel, I need to put down a stone slab like that, a whole bunch of smooth stone in that formation, down a stone barrel, and that starts filling with lava. Redstone and a stone barrel full of lava turns into netherrack. I'm going to need 8 of this netherrack. And this is the safe way to get netherrack. You can also take your obsidian, make a nether portal, and go brave the nether. I'm not quite ready for that yet, because the nether in this pack is scary. Alright, we're going to turn this off for the moment so that I can focus on getting the netherrack. And once I have 8 netherrack ready, I'll be right back. Alright, got 8 netherrack, and I'm back. Now, netherrack might seem like a silly thing on the quest for power, but netherrack can be smelted into nether brick, 4 of which can be turned into the Minecraft block nether brick, 2 of which are needed to create the magma crucible, one of the machines I mentioned earlier. I also need some copper, redstone reception coil, machine block, and a Redstone Energy Cell frame, which is a little bit painful, but not terribly so. So, need to get glass. Need more glass. So I'm going to grab some sand that I've been pulverizing up just to have extras on hand. Toss it on top of that. And come over here. Time to make a leadstone energy cell frame. To do so, need a block of redstone. Need 4 lead and 4 glass. In that pattern right there. You get your leadstone energy cell frame. not too much trouble. Make the reception coil, grab some copper, and this is all done cooking. Fantastic. Gets us the nether bricks. Oh, need the machine block still, which needs the glass. Machine frame goes something like this. With iron. And there we have it. Nether bricks there and there. Coil on the bottom. Energy cell frame on the top. Machine frame in the middle. Magma crucible. Now I can start melting down redstone into destabilized redstone. Unfortunately, I don't have what I need to use to I don't have the rest of the tech I need to use it yet. Next step is going to be to get some electrum going. To make electrum, I can use the smeltery with equal parts gold and silver to make molten electrum. And the use of these electrum ingots, well, besides an awful lot of other things, they make redstone conductance coils. They're used to make the redstone energy conduits, and they're used with the conductance coils to make the energy cell frame, which you need to make the energy cell, but you need an energy cell frame full. To make the empty energy cell frame, you need hardened glass, electrum, and diamond. So I'm just going to jump straight into making, say, 40 electrum ingots. That should be a good start. This will take a moment to actually, in fact, I can grab my hopper, feed it in automatically. As soon as the space becomes open, that will feed in more gold and silver. So once I have my electrum put together, I'll be able to start actually creating the empty frame, empty cell, etc., etc. To make the hardened glass that I need an induction smelter. Creating an induction smelter is a pretty easy prospect, just a little bit invar, machine frame, bucket, redstone reception coil. So, come over here, grab my invar, grab some copper. More iron? Oh, I'm getting iron out of this, slowly but surely. 18 gold, almost done creating electrum already. Need more glass. Alright. And I'm going to make myself another bucket just to have. There we go. Induction smelter. Just going to drop that on top of the generator for the moment. Now, I'm going to need to take that obsidian, which I've got plenty more I made up earlier. I'm going to put, say, 20 of it into a pulverizer. Obsidian pulverizes down into the pulverized obsidian. One block makes 4 pulverized obsidian. And then 8 pulverized obsidian. And 1 lead ingot in an induction smelter creates 2 hardened glass. I'm going to need 4 hardened glass for the energy cell and 1 hardened glass per 6 or 8 of the conduits. So I'm going to let all of that process up. In fact, I think I'll just dump the other 14 that I have in there. Let the whole thing process. Right, last block of iron out of there. Once I've got everything done processing, I'll be right back to show you the next steps. Alright folks, I've got my 40 electrum and 32 hardened glass, and let me show you what I've done. I made 3 more autonomous activators. There's one underneath you can see because they can be faced vertical with the 6 diamonds and 6 emeralds I had, and I have just the 1 more diamond left. I'm going to come over here to the crafting table, I also cleaned out all of the machines in this area and tossed them in that chest. And I set up the generator to run for a little while with the magnet crucible on top and the fluid transposer to the side. The magma crucible is set to output liquids to the right, and the fluid transposer is set to accept them from the top with that liquid duct in between. So, I need to create the empty energy cell frame. To do so, look it up. There we go. Redstone Energy Cell frame empty. Requires a diamond, 4 hardened glass, and 4 electrum ingots. There goes my last diamond. And to fill that, I need to give it 4,000 millibuckets of destabilized redstone. If I toss a single redstone dust in there, you can see it goes pretty quick. That only produced 100 millibuckets. So I need to give it another 39. And that's just for the energy cell frame. Also for the energy cell, I'm going to need to use 2 dust and 1 electrum ingot to make a redstone conductance coil. Now, the reason I needed to let the generator run over here is this guy uses a lot of power. The magma crucible uses 400 RF per tick, but it can also store 400,000, and the generator itself can store 500,000. So with almost a million stored up, even though it uses, I believe, 8,000 RF per redstone dust, I still have plenty of power to get through this entire operation without running out. And now that that's full, it's going to start slowly filling that. Whoa, that's a lot of recipes. It'll fill that up over time with 16,000 redstone flux at 40 RF per tick. Takes a little bit. While that's filling, I'll come over here. I'm going to make myself, I only have the 8 redstone at the moment, which is only enough to fill 4 of these, but I'll make 18 empty conduits at the moment, because next time I'm going to create a system in this little area that is going to automatically feed dust into here using the new power that I'll be able to generate. So there we go, 1 redstone energy frame full. Put in my conduits, put in some redstone. Every 2 redstone will fill 1 conduit. Once I have 3 conduits full, that'll be plenty enough to start working on that energy cell to fill it up with the generators. Now, I need to turn that redstone energy cell frame into an energy cell. It takes 2 lead, that conductance coil we just made, and 3 more electrum, for a grand total of 8 electrum going into this thing. There we go. Now if I stuff that next to a generator, and the blue is input, the orange is output, it can handle up to 2,000 RF per tick. It can store 10 million RF. So I'm going to let that charge up next to this guy. And the great thing about these as well, if I shift right click it with this, you can see that it's maintained its energy. It currently has 121k out of 10 million RF. It'll also save all other configurations, such as what sides are outputting and its current redstone control level. So I'm going to let that charge up from here a bit. And then I'm going to be right back, and I think I've got enough time. I'll set up that little system right now. Okay, so what I've done here, I've made myself 3 more ender generators. You didn't think I was cooking up all that iron for nothing, did you? I've got 3 of them filled with 3 pearls each, and I wanted to show you how these generators use multiple bits of fuel. The first one fills right in, and you would expect from normal furnace workings that the second one would just sit there and wait until the time ran out. With these, not so. It just extends the time that it's going to burn, uses it up immediately. I don't know if there's any sort of maximum. I've never tried, and I'm not about to right now. Maybe later on when I've got more of a constant power draw going on. So, how am I going to turn this into constant dust production? Well, I am going to set the front face of this to output. I'm going to put down these last 3 energy conduits because I've got 1 hooked to these 4 generators in the back. They're producing a total of 320 redstone flux per tick, and I'm going to be using 160 of that on these 3 pulverizers that I'm going to set up right here. Now, one thing that's very useful to know, as I'm going to be using that mechanic right this very instant, if I point at the pulverizer with a crescent hammer and I right click it, it'll turn it around. And that's true for a lot of things. Most machines you can do that with. Single chests you can do that with. I don't think it works on iron chests. No, it doesn't work on iron chests. Also, I can show you real quick. I've upgraded some item ducts into the clear version using 6 item duct opaques and 1 hardened glass each. So these item ducts are going to be set up like this. And I'm going to set it so I'm going to disable that connection. That's going to be an output. And this one on the back is going to output everything. On the top is going to input. I'm going to set up, well, actually, you know what? It'll be a little bit easier if I make the side the input. I'm going to set up a hopper facing into that side. And I'm currently going to set these to redstone control high. Now, I needed the 3 pneumatic servos that I made because I want... hang on, I need to grab some stuff. Sand, gravel, and I don't have any dust just yet, so I'm going to use the 1. There we go. Alright, so I used a pneumatic servo here. So I can go in, I can whitelist this for gravel. Now, only gravel will ever travel in here. And then I can come to this one, and I can use a servo, and I can whitelist this one for sand. It will only accept sand. And then, I'm going to come over here, down 1, I'm going to servo that, and this is going to be whitelisted for dust. It will only ever accept dust. This is going to output on the top, using the, I believe that's orange setting, so it outputs everything, and it's going to accept in from the back. This one is also going to, output on the top and accept from the back. And now I just use these 3 more item ducts. 1, 2, 3. No. There we go. And I set these 2 to pull out. Now, if I let this start running, oh, that's right, the most important step, give it some fuel. That's right, this machine runs on cobblestone. Well, and lots of power. Not really lots. It only uses up 120. So, we're going to set this to redstone ignored. That's going to pulverize the cobble into gravel, which is going to come out of here. You can see it flowing through the little tube and into there. That's going to sit there and wait until I enable this, which I'm going to give it some gravel to help it get started. And that's enabled now. And that will start building up a bit of a backlog. No problem. I'm actually going to pull out that half. And you can see that the gravel is pulverizing down into sand, which is going in here, and occasionally into dust, which is going straight into here, and then those 5 are automatically sifting it, and the results are popping out and flowing into the vacuum hopper. Now all I need to do is turn this one on, and that sand will start getting pulverized as well. And now I've got a constant stream of dust being created at a little bit better than the rate that the pulverizer takes to process, which seems to be about 2-ish, 3-ish seconds. I'm not sure. I haven't measured it. So there you have it. Now I can start replenishing some of that redstone that I'm out, and I've already generated 9 more. Isn't that fantastic? And I've got so much random ores and such. I'm going to do something about these dusts and ores and such next episode. At the moment, I'm just happy to have some redstone coming in. I'm going to take some of that redstone back over here, dump it into the magma crucible. Oops, now I'm short 1. There we go. Needed 1 more. Get some more conduits created. So between this episode and next, I will get the rest of those conduits created, and I will make plans to set up a more automatic ore processing than, you know, grabbing copper out of there, combining it down into the copper dust, taking it over here, dumping it in the smeltery, waiting. That's far too manual for my tastes. And I'm not big on manual labor. So, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this series. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.